With over 2.1 billion children in the world and an average of 2.5 children per household, Santa must make 842 million stops on Christmas Eve. If each toy only cost $10, Santa would be down over $24.3 billion each and every Christmas. That is presuming every kid gets on his nice list.
I hope you've been good this year, because it won't be long and I'll be to your house on Christmas Eve.
Forget a Lamborghini, a Bugatti, or an Aston Martin, Santa's sleigh travels 1,280 miles per second and can carry 400,000 tons of toys. The average person would have to spend between $2,500 and $4,000 on your typical reindeer, but Santa's reindeer can fly, so they cost a little bit more. Santa gets to save a little bit of money on real estate because housing prices in the North Pole are relatively low. A cabin would cost someone just under $200K, but we all know Santa likes to live like a king and his workshop is estimated to be worth $350 mil. Santa also has a magical suit, a love for Coca-Cola, and an army of elves to house and feed. Not only is he the most generous man in the world, it seems he's also the richest. Now Bill Gates, he has accumulated a net worth of $89 billion and is considered to be the richest man in the world. That is after Santa Claus. Forbes has pegged his net worth to be an unlimited amount of money, and worldsrichestpeople.com pegged his bank account to be $10 trillion. No one really knows how much wealth St. Nick actually has, but there have been some pretty interesting studies put together to take a crack at what his net worth is and what his costs are to be Father Christmas. In this video, I'm going to walk you through his financial come up and what he spends his money on, here for you on The Rich Life. My name is Michael McCrudden and I have a question for you guys. Which Christmas movie did I appear in when I was only 8 years old? The answer will be at the end of this video, but for now, let's roll that intro.
If I share with you my story, would you share your dollar with me?
The legend of Santa Claus can be traced back hundreds of years to a monk named St. Nicholas. It is believed that Nicholas was born sometime around 280 AD in Patara, which is modern-day Turkey. It is said that he gave away all of his inherited wealth and traveled the countryside helping the sick and the poor. Now back in 2015, I put together an entire Before They Were Famous video on jolly old St. Nick. Now different nations, they began making their own renditions and creations of the character, but it was the Dutch who would take his story to the next level. They referred to him as Sinterklaas. I'll leave a link to that video down below. It was an 1866 issue of Harper's Weekly which depicted Santa Claus as we know and love him today. This was the first picture that introduced us to Santa's workshop and where we came to learn that Santa calls the North Pole his home. In addition to housing the factory where the toys are all manufactured by the elves, Santa's lavish complex is also where he and his wife and the reindeer hang their hats. This place is no joke. The next closest thing to its wonder would be Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. And with Santa employing as many as 50,000 elves, well, this place comes with an estimated price tag of $350 million. That's according to worldsrichestpeople.com. The average rent in Alaska for a 2-bedroom apartment is $1,050, which means Santa is shelling out a cool $31.5 million each year to house his staff. He also has to feed them, and with the average family of 4 spending $122 per week, this adds up to $18.3 million a year out of Santa's pocket. He also owns other pieces of property. There's Lapland, Finland, where there exists Santa's village, and guests, well, they can go there year round to, well, meet up with Santa. On top of this, he's got another piece of property out in Alaska. But wait, there's more! There's a Santa's workshop in New York, and he also likes to take time to set up a pop-up shop each year in practically every mall on the planet. We're all lucky he's a guy who knows how to split his time being multiple places at once.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Moo, and I'm Black Santa.
The world is now home to over 2 billion Christians and a growing number of non-Christians joining in on Christmas holiday celebrations. Santa's biggest expense above all is the production of toys, with him dropping $24.3 billion on gifts. With all the money he spends on gifts, he would certainly qualify for free delivery, but the dude likes to do things the old-fashioned way. Santa's reindeer had already been a part of the Christmas story thanks to the 1823 poem The Night Before Christmas. Now if you were to go out and buy a reindeer like on a farm, a female would cost you $4,000 and a male $2,500. Now Santa's reindeer on a whole other level because they can fly 1,280 miles per second and carry 400,000 tons of gifts. In fact, if real reindeer were put under these conditions, they would be vaporized long before they reach the speed of sound. So let's just say, these are pretty unique and expensive deer.
Hey Frankie, look! It's a raid! The cops are here!
You'll never be in Santa's gang. Never be in Santa's gang. Hey, what's that? Look here.
Get him!
Here.
Get him!
Here.
Santa Claus must travel 218 million miles on Christmas Eve, and it needs to stop at least 2 billion different children's homes in one night. Thanks to the different time zones and the rotation of the Earth, he would have 32 hours to work with. But he isn't going to accomplish this feat in any old sleigh. Now the cost of his magical sleigh is valued at $5 million, which isn't a bad price for a ride, seeing as it's the world's fastest man-made vehicle, traveling at 3,000 times the speed of sound. Yeah, them reindeer got no chance of not being vaporized. But they're magical, so they won't. Researchers calculate that if Santa is to reach every child on Christmas Eve, he has only a millisecond to go down each chimney, eat cookies, and distribute the presents. The only way he's capable of doing this is via his magical suit, which was pegged at $10,000 by a theoretical study held by the SerenaFlower.com. Moving on, we're going to talk about Santa's diet and how much he eats.
Those are good cookies.
Now I'm not too sure what Santa eats in his off season, but if he were only to eat one cookie at every house, he'd still be packing on 35 million pounds in one night. So perhaps he only needs to eat once a year. It was the Coca-Cola company in the 1930s that developed the contemporary red and white image of Santa Claus that we all recognize today. But it ain't just cola he's throwing back during his busy night. Santa starts his Christmas Eve journey with a nice cold beer, courtesy of the kids in Australia. They may also leave some cookies and milk, and even a few carrots for the reindeer. The good children of Sweden, PewDiePie included, well, they leave out coffee to keep him awake. His next stop is Denmark, where he chows down some rice pudding. In the Netherlands, the kids leave hay and carrots for his reindeer. He gets cookies in France and mince pie in the UK. He gets a Guinness in Ireland, and in America, we leave him cookies and milk, the most popular being Oreo cookies. With him stopping by 1,250 houses per second, well, the dude eats a whole lot. I guess that's why when I met Tim Allen on the set of the Santa Claus back in 1994, I didn't even recognize him because of all the extra weight. Yeah, that kid on the bike, way back when, that was me, like for real. Alright guys, this was more of a Christmas present for you to celebrate the holidays. I hope you're having a merry one. Feel free to reach out to me on Instagram and Twitter because I'll be taking some time off and we can connect. My name is Michael McCrudden. Thanks for checking out this edition of The Rich Life. This was episode 11 or 12, season 2. Let me know who you want me to do next on this series because in the new year we're going to take a break. So get your requests in ASAP. A lot of people have been asking for the weekend, and I need one of those myself. Alright, see you guys in another video.
Santa Claus is coming, and you're gonna get a